boy. Okay, something happened to the music there. Whatever. Okay, howdy folks, welcome back. Hang on, I wasn't ready. I was expecting the rest of that song to play. Oh well. Bear with me for a minute. We got a slow show tonight. Alright. Howdy folks. Let me get the headset on here. Alright. Howdy folks. Welcome back. And I'm back. Hello everybody in the chat. The straight line range reached 209 miles an hour, soon giving us the hill. The cubits like it said in the Bible. Yep. It's coming soon. And I showed you the big hailstone a couple of days ago. It was the thumbnail. So it's getting bigger and bigger. Alright. Hi everybody in the chat. Welcome. Alright. You have to forgive me. It's been a brutal 48 hours. And let's just say I'm 50 miles of rough road. We'll explain that in the spiritual report tonight. But for the moment, let's get to Showtime, shall we? Guess what? Let me zoom back out of this. Oh, recognize this site? Yes, Seeds is back. And look at this event we caught here. So, first of all, let's back out of this real quick because I want to show you these 4 days 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st were all missing, and now they're all there. And there's a lot to go over. So, let's start with the 18th, and that's what we had going on here. This was the 18th, the activity that we saw on the other instrument, but we didn't have the difference model. So I'll let that loop play for a second. Let me zoom in a little bit better for you guys. All right, there's good. And we'll do a little scooting. Whoops, can't scoot that. Let's try scooting this instead. There we go. Let's get it just right so you get every little bit of frame. Alright. I hope you guys are all doing well. Like I said, let's just get it over with. Alright, bear with me. I'm slow tonight. This is the 18th, okay? So, July 18th of 2023, we had these huge blasts go off, right? Now, the reason why we're starting here, this was the first day that we were missing data. It also happens to coincide with what energy is inbound tomorrow. Okay? And let's just say we've got our hands full, folks. And as usual, we'll go through this frame by frame. And I sustained another injury, so on this side I have a broken hip. No. Very painful to breathe, move, sit, sleep, stand. Everything is painful now. But that's the way I like it. It's a good thing I like pain. Alright, let's get to this stuff, alright? Let's get to the opening frame. It looks like we have all data too. It doesn't look like there's much missing at all. Okay, so opening frame right here. What I want to do is kind of zoom in. Alright, quite the blast we have right here. Multiple objects in there. So drenched in plasma that it's hard to differentiate them all. But look at this. It almost looks like a triangle-shaped object, doesn't it? Now, I think it's this round object right here, because once we zoom in really tight on this, and I get the tint just right for you. Okay, that's as tight as we can go. Let me scroll it up. Now, let's see here. See if I capture this just right for you guys. Ow. Alright. So it looks like it's a triangle, but if you look, there's it's a circular shape right here. This just happens to be almost like shadow or something. It's arcing, and it's also coming down this side. A round object is right here in the middle. But it gives the illusion of this triangle shape. Almost looks like a big triangle-shaped craft. And now, let's see if I can, go to the next frame here. Whoops, my bad. Forgive me. So then this is the next frame where it's shaped like this. Then we go down here. Look at this. This thing is just draped in plasma, totally painting the object. We go, whoops, one more frame. It skips a bunch of frames, so let's go to that one. And it almost has like a triangle type shadow shape to it, but you can see plasma streaking off behind. Let's tint this just right. Bring it in. Alright, hopefully you folks are seeing this. And we have our dark little core object right here, but this teardrop shape that the magnetic field is making. It's not capturing it right. Sometimes it blinds the camera, and I'm trying not to do that. Anyhow, you guys can see it pretty clear. Let's go back one more frame. Now you see all this plasma that's grabbed with it. So when it moves out, it takes all that plasma with it. Okay. So that's our event right there. There's a couple events here on the 18th. Let me zoom back out. But I wanted you to see that kind of triangle shape. And then there's more objects embedded in here. So we just kind of, I'm still zoomed in too much. 125. There we go. Now, let's, so our first frame, is right here, opening frame. You can also see object down here as well. Let's see if we can zoom in on that one as well. Right here, this round circular one. Let's get the tint right. There it is. Now you can see it. Boom, surrounded by plasma. Okay, and then you have this one. This is like a pyramid with an eye type thing in it. That's what it kind of looks like from here. Pretty trippy. Let's go one more. Whoops, wrong direction. That's the next frame. So the frame before is this, then the next frame. Okay, then it skips a couple frames, but that's the end of the event. Now let's zoom back out a little bit. Get the tint back right. Now over here on this black and white side, you can see this one. It's nice and dark right there. You can see it over on this side corresponding. Okay, so these objects are just bombarding the sun, just pummeling it day in, day out. You make out another one up in here too. Okay. So that's the very opening of the 18th is this huge event. Okay. You can see this one right here leaving the screen. And what looked like another moon behind it. And also, now maybe this will do it justice. You can see these little white dots, this proton particles dancing around. They're proton particles that are the size of a car or a school bus. They're huge to be captured on this camera. Anyway, so you can see we have this little grouping of them down here. Let me back that out a little bit. Right there. This little squad coming in. Boom, boom, boom. And then we have another big event. Where is it? Come on now. Right. Nope. There's another one. I saw it in here. But you can just see, whoops. Maybe if I show you the whole screen, you can see everything. There we go. So, here's our other blast right here on this side. Now look at this round core right here. It's pretty clear right there. We'll go zoom in on it. Okay, you can see the round circular object right there. Right here, it's magnetic field, the plasma that it's grabbing and everything. So there's just multiple objects. There's other ones here, hiding up in there. They're just, when you come over here, look, here's another one down here. So you come over here and you just start plucking away frame by frame, and all sorts of great stuff is going on. Has anybody been over here looking at the faces yet? Have you gotten used to seeing other entities? Just like the variety we have on this planet, is the same variety of two eyes, a nose, and a mouth across the universe. And we're living proof that there's other life. Now, let's, you can see over here this round shape as we kind of boom, boom, whoops. Let's, oh, maybe my camera's tweaked. There we go. Back up a little bit. You can see this one right here come out. Whoops. Another one over here. And then this big blast again at the beginning. So, let me start that all over again. And then we'll just sit there and watch this loop. Now, remember, this is the 18th. This is the energy that's inbound, objects inbound on the 21st. Okay? Now, that was the 18th, which we never got to see on this instrument, nor did we see the 19th. So let's just let this one play too. Okay? So a lot of important stuff is going on around the sun right now. And I know what I witnessed again tonight with the moon and the star alignment. I'm going to have to dig a lot deeper into this. But if this is actually happening, I'll document it and we'll just walk through it together, okay? All right, we gotta continue on. So you can see all the activity that went off on the 19th. I mean, we'll just let the loop play instead of kind of going one by one. Because we kind of reported on this on the other instrument. We just never got to see it on the black and white side. Now let's back out, go to the 20th, which was today. Here's today's activity. 7/20/23. Let's let this loop load up here. I got a couple broken ribs, I think, and it's very painful. Okay, so there's our loop. Okay, so the opening frames are right here. Whoops, come here. This is 0-100 at on 7/20/23. Okay, and we have this event, another one of these speckled events underway. Excuse me. This is not the same event that we just saw. That other speckled event that had like 4 objects. This is different. This is today. This is what we started with. Boom. That event right there. Okay. You can see over here another object emerging. Okay, this is odd signature, but you can see that something there is causing a wake in the solar wind there. Okay, we're just kind of plucking away at each frame. Most of the day was quiet. We just had that opening blast. Boom, that. So I showed you the 17th, no, 18th, 19th, and 20th. Tomorrow will be the 21st. We're running the show a little early tonight. I need to get some rest. I haven't been able to sleep. It was hard to sleep with broken ribs. Alright, back to where I was. Where were we? Okay, so we covered all the missing data. Okay, now apparently this is up and running again. They still don't have stereo A's data. Okay, so I'm going to stop for a second and read this thing in the chat. I was checking out the moon tonight. I never saw the planet like you were talking about. We did have massive rain all day. Clouds were very dark. Street lights came on around 4 p.m. Okay, for a good day. Yeah, I'll have to draw a diagram. He was telling me to draw the diagram, and I failed to do that in the last one, so that's my bad. But really, if I could sit down and actually draw a nice picture of it, but I don't have the strength of time right now. Okay, so that was today's activity. Enough of that. Let's get on over here to here's our CME tracker that I already got going on right here. Okay, and apparently the CME is heading out that way. Watch it kind of little shockwave, just a very skirting edge might connect with our field line, but the CME itself is heading away. Everything, all these objects, entities are all arriving at Earth. We need to back out of this. Oops, why was I zoomed in again there? Okay, back up to the beginning of our report on this instrument. Get zoomed in on this, in and out, in and out. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. Look how quiet it is. Nice and quiet, nice flat line right hugging the sea floor just above it. Here's our little event that we saw today. Actually, the opening event right there. This is just, it was in there. It was just towards the end. Oh, it's this, I think. Oh, no, that one right there. Towards the end of the day. Because that's the opening. This is during the middle. That's in the afternoon. And then towards the end. Okay, so it wasn't much. But back to this. So there's our one little spike. Other than that, it's been relatively quiet. Not for me, but for the sun at least. Now, our D-layer absorption, this just ended because a little while ago it was still red up here on the top. So we had our 3-4 days in a row, right? Just kind of like we saw coming, and now it's dissipated and it's stopped. But we got more energy coming tomorrow for the 21st. All right, so let me get out of this. It's hard to focus whenever. No. So let's go down. We have this M3.8. There's sunspots. The only two red ones are beta gamma. It's not too much to worry about. I don't even want to bother reading that. Here's the most complicated graph, but if you know what you're looking at, you can see that we had some disruptions right here. We got our BZ right here has split. See how close it stays together, right? Usually that's typical behavior. See how it just gaps out? There's some kind of polarization event. Let me get this zoomed in. Can I have this instrument, please? Thank you. Sorry, I've been getting irritated. Now, see this red and white line? Usually they're nice and kind of hugging each other. Now we have a split in the BZ that's still underway, okay? We're undergoing some kind of weird event on the sun, okay? We have also temperature, speed, and density, okay? Temperature being the green, speed yellow, density orange. We go over to the end here, and you can see how the speed, the density, and the temperature have all gone up, all corresponding with some event. It's gone up and hasn't come down. We also have the BZ split, okay? So, sun's out of character right now. Why? Oh, let's get over here. There's our auroras. Whoops, I'm still too zoomed in. Okay, we're still absorbing some here and a little bit there. Okay, in between these, these waves, we still get residual solar wind, little eddies and stuff that form that still hit us and stuff. Okay, so there's our auroras. Yeah. Yeah, we're done there. Let's come over to the Schumann. Now we're having these small screeching events. I think that's tight as I can get. We just got to hold this a little bit better for you. All right. These screeching events should have been way bigger. Um, your prayers have been phenomenal. I was explaining to you the other night or last night how when you pray for like one thing, you get a result that here too that's good. When you're praying for the core of the earth to not grind on its shell, bingo. You get answers, you get responses. This should have been much worse, and I'm just grateful that it's not. You can see we have this one little dark stripe right there. We did have I can't zoom in. It got weak right in that one zone right after this small little screeching event, but it's nothing like what we should have had. But we still got another wave on the way, due to hit tonight and into tomorrow. Okay, so this isn't over. Keep going, you guys. It's just like I don't know how to put this. When you're in combat and you're in the middle of a firefight, you can't just tell the enemy, "Time out. I'm gonna take a nap," or "I need to take a dump," or something like that. No, you have to keep fighting until the engagement's over, until it's finished. So it's like same thing here. It's just one day at a time. Just plug and chug. And I found for me, my test is my patience. Knowing some of this stuff and understanding it, and then being out in public around a bunch of people who have no idea. They're just so blind. They're just going about their daily lives. They have no clue what's going on and what's knocking at the door, right? So I find that I have to have patience with them, and it's just hard. I think you guys might be struggling with the same thing, maybe. Especially if you're a spiritual person. Anyways, we're pumping along. It came out the backside beautifully. So let's just move on. Here is the mess at the South Polar Vortex. It's peeling off, coming back, going backwards, and hitting Australia on this side. Everything in the northern hemisphere all spinning that way. I don't even want to look at that anymore. So let's go to the upper jet streams. You can see how buckled and tight and woven and dipped and curled these are, right? Because we got two flows going on. One above is going counterclockwise, and the one down below is going. Um, no, the one above is going clockwise, and one down below is going counterclockwise, and they're disturbing each other. They're disrupting the other. And there's the disruption on the northern polar upper jet streams. Okay, here's the southern one. It's just off the hook too. It's seasonal. It does happen this time of year, but this is pretty intense for what's going on. I think what was it? South Africa just had a snowstorm right here. Gee, wonder why. I wonder why they had a snowstorm. You got cold air coming up down here, mixing up and going right up. See how it can weave and weaves up into this? Let me move this here out of the way. Comes up, goes over this little ridge, this green. There. A little bit more of that. Now you can see how South Africa had a snowstorm because the jet streams are so buckled and just so out of whack. Okay. Where are we going, Lord? Let's just come over here real quick. we'll check out the SO2 real quick, because we always gotta kind of keep an eye on this. This is important. What's going on here? See, here's South Africa still having their event. Um, South America still having its event. Main thing, America still basically that line eastward. And then up here, there's all these plumes. They're starting the fires. Let's go over here to China, who's about to have fire issues as well from down below. They're already having all kinds of weather issues, landslides. There's a lot going on in China, a lot going on in India too. Some of that stuff I've been showing you guys. And if I can never get a break, I'll try to post some of that stuff on the community page or on the community part of my site, whatever. Forgive me, I'm been awake for a while now. I just fatigue is all. Alright. Saudi Arabia is still kind of experiencing it. Here, let's back out a little bit. Europe. Okay. So that's enough of that stuff. Let's get over the earthquakes. Alright, now pretty normal map. Pretty average day. Oh, let me get just for you guys on this map too. Thanks for color and everything. Alright. So, our deep area right here, deep quakes. There's no deep quake for today, or at least this time. Here's a 4.5 at a depth of 156. Translates to 4.67 at the surface. So we do have some energy entering the system, just pressure underneath, working the system right along the lines like it should. There's a 4.9 at a depth of 35, so 5 at the surface. Here's a 4.6 at a depth of 161. That's another 5 at the surface almost. Close it up, thank you. Pull this over for you guys. Sorry, I'm hogging the screen. Alright, now, usually these might be deep. No, 4.6 at 161 up here. 4.9 at a depth of 10. Another 4.9 at a depth of 10. Oops, I have that other one. And a 4.7 at a depth of 44. So basically a bunch of 4.9s right there, all relieving energy. This is beautiful. What's going on here? There's a 4.6 at 5.9 depth, so that's even closer to the surface. What's going on here? 4.2 at a depth of 35, and this might be a deep one. Yeah, there's a semi-deep one. This is a 4.2 at a depth of 420.7. 4.2 at a depth of 420, huh? Interesting. But at the surface, that's 3/4 the way deep or whatever. So we're talking 4.5 to 6. You know, it's that energy, that 5 energy kind of running up through here. There's a garden hose kink. Nothing making it past it right now. Just a couple of mouse farts over here. Yeah, 2 points. 2 point nothings. 2 point boring. A little quake right here. Where this is Montana. A 2.8 is still like a small one. I want to see topographically real quick, just in case there's any kind of volcanic feature. No, doesn't appear to be. It's just kind of out there in these rolling plains. Alright, good. So, let's back out of that. Sorry, folks, it's all jumping around. Now, let's get over here. We have a Mid-Atlantic Ridge quake. A 4.6 at a depth of 10. That's good. Scrubbing off energy there. Small quakes around Costa Rica. Let's go over here to the Cocos Plate. 4.3 at a depth of 78. It's roughly right around you know, 4.8, just a little bit under a 5. Now, here we are in this weak zone that I was talking about last night. You can see this plateau area right here, and then the cliff, right? Up here where the water inundates the land, if you went 4 yards up the beach, you could dig down and still hit water, right? The water is inundating the land underneath, right? This whole area. In fact, it does it so bad it's created these little bays. See this water puddling up from basically under the land. So this weak zone right here is prime target for earthquakes, and that's why we have this 4.3 there. Depth of 78. That's maybe a 4.5 at the surface. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, but it's good that it hit here, not down in here. It didn't hit on the ridge or on the cliff edge, so that's good. Okay, back out. A couple of just ones here in South America. One at the fulcrum point, 4.2 at a 120, 4.4 to 124, and 4.7 at 36. Nothing to really write home about. It is all energy being scrubbed off. And we can always take that as long as it's not a big quake. So there's a 4.8 at a depth of 27. More energy being scrubbed off. Now this one's interesting. It's out. This isn't even close to the fulcrum point, and it would be on the inside, not on the outside of the fulcrum point. But this is deeper in. This is like in the heart, kind of India right there. So this is like one of those odd quakes, those, oh my gosh. Ow. Oh, it hurts to yawn. Quakes in odd areas. You know what I mean. So, India kind of under the gun here. They've been having all kinds of disastrous weather, kind of landslides, all kinds of stuff going on over there. And now they have a 4.3 to depth of 10. One of these strange quakes. Here's another one that's on the fault line there. 4.1 at depth of 10 in Iran. Yeah, they're going to be running. Okay. Let's move on to the forecast. Oh, all right. As we do this forecast, dang it. Oh yeah, so this is the event I was talking about last night that I was concerned about, all right? It's still underway right now. So before we hop into this, let's just take you over real quick to the radar. And please pull this up. It was looking better than that before. All right, well, here we are with our storms here, still underway. Garden City, Dodge City. Okay, so we still have these intense thunderstorms at night. It doesn't look like anything tornadic, thankfully, but that's the cell. That's that pocket that we were talking about right there last night. Okay, so it's currently underway. It looks like it's dissipated now, and that's the current conditions right there as we start off. Okay. Oh, actually, let me play this. Just get this started real quick. Let this loop play, because it's changed. Not too bad. Actually, it changed for the better. Now, I don't know if they have the added energy. Here's this coming. Hurricane making landfall there. That's towards the end of this forecast, and I don't want to go out too far. Let's just kind of stick within the 3-day time frame that we know we had inbound energy or not from the sun, right? Because that's dictating our weather, isn't it? Mm, mm, mm. But sun all day. Okay. Yeah, let me just take a quick break here. But actually, get this over with because there's not really much to report. Once this loops, actually, you know what? Just back out of this real quick. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Opening frame, current conditions. Let me get everything in the frame here for everybody. Maybe we'll do a little Q&A tonight. You guys want to do some Q&A? I've been doing some Q&A, and it just kind of reminded me I need to do that for my audience every once in a while. So maybe if you want, we could do some of that tonight. Okay, current conditions. Nighttime, July 20th. This is the morning hours of the 21st. It's still there. It's dissipating, but we still have this blob of moisture with intense thunderstorms in it, okay? And that's 5, 6 in the morning right there, their time. Then it dissipates in the noon. That's sundown, the end of convection. We have this big wall right here kind of formed. And not much. I mean, most of the country is clear. There's just this little bit up in here. Then we go into the nighttime hours of the 21st, the morning, noon of the 22nd, sorry, noon of the 22nd. There's the end of convection on the 22nd, just a little bit of speckle here and there, but not much. Boom, there's the nighttime of the 22nd, so it blossoms over in here a little bit on the 22nd, but not as bad as it showed before. A little bit along the coast there, but dissipates in the morning of the 23rd. That's the noon time of the 23rd. Oops. The end of convection, sundown, 23rd. The nighttime of the 23rd, just a little residual back in there. The morning of the 24th, noon the 24th. Sundown into convection the 24th, not much going on. There's the nighttime of the 24th, morning of the 25th, noon of the 25th, sundown into convection, mainly up in here, just right through Maine, New Hampshire, Connecticut area, up into Nova Scotia. Boom, but that dissipates, goes away at night. That's the morning of the 26th, noon the 26th, end of convection. A little bit of blossoming here at nighttime on the 26th. It still sticks around the morning there, the 27th. That's noon the 27th. The sundown, little speckles here in Pennsylvania, New York. A little bit up here in New York still, nighttime of the 27th. There's the morning of the 28th, noon the 28th, sundown the 28th in the convection, nighttime the 28th. We're kind of looking nice and clear. There is this event up here in Canada, so you people up here in Canada, keep your eyes on the weather here. It seems to be kind of shifting up to their area a little bit more now. Tornado Alley seems to kind of migrated like the moon has. I sure hope I'm wrong. I gotta do a bunch of calculations, and boy, what I saw tonight, it looked like it was even worse. And I was like, since last night, and I just pretty got it wrong. Anyways, we got this little wind-up hurricane, something formed down there at tip of Florida, morning of the 29th. That's noon the 29th. There's the end of convection, the 29th, still up here and down here, okay? Then into the nighttime hours of the 29th. That's the morning of the 30th. The noontime, this outer bands almost starts to reach the shorelines here. Say noon to 1 p.m. July 30th. For the southern coast area. It winds up even more in convection at sundown. That's the nighttime of the 30th. morning of the 31st, noon the 31st, sundown into convection the 31st. There's the nighttime hours, so it's made landfall for a couple hours now on the 31st. That's the nighttime of the 31st, the morning of the 1st, noon into convection, sundown, nighttime of the 1st, morning of the 2nd, noon the 2nd, up in here, you see this, up in here, down in there. That's August 2nd, noontime, and then sundown into convection there, kind of more up in this area. Now this is way far out, so I don't even really trust this. I'm just kind of skimming over it really quick. Just it's there to report, but this is likely to change. So, this low up here is winding up. It's got thunderstorms on the top end and the bottom end, and this tail comes down, reaching into Indiana and Ohio. Morning of the 3rd, noon of the 3rd, into convection night, or sundown the 3rd, morning of the, or nighttime the 3rd. Ooh, look at this. Nighttime of the 3rd, back up in here in Colorado, New Mexico, little pop-ups here in these mountains back in here. That would be August 3rd, the nighttime of it. Now, the morning of the 4th, noontime the 4th, and convection the 4th. Here, you see it kind of around Oklahoma. This will be all spotty, so we'll keep an eye on this date. Sundown August 4th. And that's blossoms at nighttime a little bit, or spreads out. That's the morning of the 5th, noon. Into convection, sundown the 5th. And that's all we got. So I'll let that little loop play real quick, and then that's it for the solar report, science part, weather part of this. And I'm going to say a quick prayer, and we'll be back for the spiritual part of this. So those of you who are here for that, stick around. Those of you who are not, get out of here. No, I'm joking. You can stick around and learn something if you want. It's a little disturbing, so don't recommend it for the faint at heart or the non-believer, because it's stuff that can be deeply disturbing to some people if they don't have a strong faith or a strong foundation of faith. Huh? Don't you guys agree? I mean, you're my audience. Don't you think that some of this stuff is a little too disturbing? And if you didn't have faith or belief, it'd be nerve-wracking. I mean, it's gonna be nerve-wracking for them. I can see what's gonna happen. Oh, we're gonna talk about the cities, and if you see the change in human behavior just in the last few days since these bigger objects have arrived and all this solar activity, this is just a little scratch on the surface. I mean, when this fully blossoms, like with what I'm dealing with, the cities are just going to be nightmares. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like. Just almost worse than a battlefield. Anyways, I'll be right back. I've got to say a prayer for this battlefield. Alright, you guys can stare at that, or where's the thing I was going to pull up? No, just hang on. I'll be right back. I got to pull up something here. Ow. Oh, Lord. Work with. Oh. Oh. Give me strength. Give me strength. Endurance is the word. I'll need endurance, Lord. I need your strength. Alright, now I know what to do here. Let's get some of this stuff out of here. Let's just come right over to my channel here. Put the knife down, Brian. Click on your channel. There we go. Now, I don't want that anymore. Thank you. We're going to come over here, and I'm going to play this. We played this video just the other night, and very, very similar attack happened. And let's just go right to it right here. Please. Alright. You see this blue bolt come in and hit me? I showed you it was Satan's face up there. When this hit me, it hurt. It felt like getting hit with a sledgehammer. And, oh, there's my headset. Duh, I'm not even having my headset on. Alright? And it broke a couple of my ribs. Alright? And, in my sleep, I got attacked. And when I woke up, I had the same 2 ribs broken again in my sleep. Now, earlier in this whole process, when this first started happening to me, I had no idea what was really going on until I finally captured it on video, right? So I got a hernia in my sleep one night because I'm battling in my sleep, right? So I'm grunting or doing something, and I got a hernia in my sleep, and I woke up, grunting and sweating or whatever, and I noticed I had a hernia. So I went to the doctor, had it surgery on it, and of course they ask you, oh, what were you lifting? And this is like where it becomes impossible with doctors and psychiatrists. It's just like I can't tell them, and I could feel them. They're just like this time. And here, I'll show you. It's not pretty. It's part of the shit I go through, So it's kind of faint. I'm sitting there on the couch right here. But you can see I'm praying. And then when this bolt hits me, I react. And like I said, it felt like getting hit in the side with a sledgehammer. Anybody been... Yeah, right there. Ugh. It makes it hard to breathe, hard to sneeze. I'm a smoker, so it makes it hard to cough. And so now, not only my hips, but I got 2 broken ribs on the same side as my shattered hip. So I'm a little uncomfortable right now. Anyhow, this is a real activity, okay? And I'm going to zoom into the face on this. I think you guys have seen this before. If not, we're going to kind of go into it anyways. I'm just going to bypass the sound that's playing right now. And then once we get close enough to the face, that's probably good right there. Alright, let's tint it out and pull it forward. We got knocking over speakers or something here. Oh boy. Right about there. I need a finer pointer. Okay, let's just try to do this here. Okay, so here's a crazed eye right here. Here's the all-seeing eye. It's a little bit bigger. It's out of proportion. It's a bigger eye than a normal eye. This one's in proportion. It's crazed, but this one's bigger. It's the all-seeing eye. Then you can see his mouth and his smile right here. And I'll try to tint this out just a tad bit better. Maybe even play the video here. Anyways, this is Satan. This is the real thing. It's in the etherical right here. This was a while back, okay? Now it manifests in physical form and attacks me in my sleep now. I got a couple of broken ribs, it feels like. I'm not even going to go get the x-rays. I know what to do. I know how to bandage myself up. I've been through this before. But anyways, this is a real entity, and it's important that you know demons, Satan, hell does exist. It is another realm, but it does exist, and that's where you're gonna go if you die, if you're not a believer, right? So it is part of this story, or is part of this process. I don't really like to show this that much. I don't like to give him the attention, because that's what he wants, is the attention. But it's important that you know that this entity exists, and that it spits bolts of energy that can... I don't think it affects you folks, but it's attacking me because of who I am. And it affects me physically. So I'm a little beat up, but I'm tough. Just gonna have to get some rest and heal up a little bit. I might be short when doing, every other day, unless it's an important show, and doing shorter shows or something for a moment until I can heal back up and get back to at least 75%. Anyway, so there's that, and we need to get away from this ugly ass punk and get over to something much better to look at. I'm only showing you Jesus. We looked at this angel last night. Something I want to tell you. Oh, so come on with the ad, please. All right. Hopefully you can see this angel right here with his back to us. Let me get this right. The wings are spread like this. It's got his back to us. Here's the head. It's standing in a shaft of light. Let me try tinting this just a little bit more. Anyways, this is the event that happened. It was captured by my cameras with Mary, Angel, and the God Eye. Alright? And we'll just kind of go back to this. And let's see if we can capture this image here. Come on now, what's going on here? Alright, so
well, you guys wouldn't believe it, so if I told you, so I'm going to show you instead. So in this image here, I'm sitting here praying, and Mary's head appears right next to my head, and you can't go in too tight on it, but she's looking down at my head this way. Let's see, there's pretty good, and you can make out her eye and her nose coming down, her shawl coming over, and it's in shadow right here. This is a shadow of the inside of her shawl going over her head like this. Here's her eye, her nose, her other eye would be on the other side there. Okay. We can't go in too tight on it. And then also is this white ball with an eye in it, this white orb with an eye in it. Okay, and that's not all, because over here in this corner up here is an angel. The silhouette of an angel with his wings spread, with his back to us, standing in a shaft of light. Here's his head. There's a glow over the head. The wings are extended, and there's a feather coming off. The last feather coming off is crossing over these brown roof tiles. in the background here. And you can make out there's an angel right here. And you can even see his head right here. Going a little bit tighter. So there's the angel with his back to us and his wings spread. Yeah, you can see a lot better with the filter. Before it was really faint and it was hard to see. Same with this. This came out a little bit better here. Yeah, there's Mary looking down at my head because I was in anguish.
Alright, hopefully you can see this image here. Let me get my headset back out there. Alright, now this is like the first image I captured. This was like the first thing that kind of tipped me off to what was going on. When I saw this, I was like, whoa, what happened here? We got Mary, we got God, we got an angel, and if you've ever looked at like biblical paintings or historical paintings, you'll see that wherever Mary and God and an angel are, well, Jesus is there too. So we have an angel off to the left, we have God right here, we have Mary, but where's Jesus? Well, he's there if you know what to look for. She's visiting me because who I am. God is watching me because of who I am. When we go back and we look at this whole picture in one frame like this,
I'm anguished.
if we can capture it all, what you're looking at is an anointing ceremony. Okay, and this happened October 5th of 2017. This was 2 weeks. Wait. Yeah. No, about 3 weeks after the Revelation 12 star alignment. Okay. So, and what happened to me, I discovered that black hole type object devouring our sun, and I was commanded to report on it, and I wrestled and struggled with that for 4 days, and I just had no idea how to tell people what to do, what to show them. I mean, it's going to ruin my reputation and everything, but I finally did it. And afterwards I was a wreck, and I went down here just to pray. I had no idea this was going to happen. I just ran down to this is like my positive area, the fun room or whatever, where I have some positive energy, and I go down here to pray. And I was such a wreck that I just ran down here crying, hit the floor, and started praying. And a couple of days later, went back and saw this on the camera, and was like, whoops, what happened there? Well, it's kind of obvious what happened there. It's obvious, but it's not. Everybody thinks, oh, it's just Mary, and it's just an orb, and it's just an angel. Yeah, but you put all three of these together, there should be a fourth. Where's Jesus? We got an angel, we got God, we got Mary. Why is she consoling me when I'm in anguish? Why is her head looking right at my head when I'm crying, screaming, and praying? I thought I was going to die at this moment. My heart was racing. I couldn't believe what had happened to me. And I felt like I was losing my mind at this time. How could I report on something so wild and bizarre? And then after doing so, this happens. And then we have angels showing up telling me all kinds of stuff. Did you know that the word angel actually means messenger? Did anybody even bother to think that all these angels I've been showing you, maybe one of them told me a message? Maybe I know something. Hmm? Okay, so let's get a nice, good image. Just right. No, 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 no. I want something to read too. Let's see if we can get this one nice and clear. All right. Now, this isn't a Catholic thing, okay? Mary is the mother of Jesus. She's part of the story as well. She's a divine being as well. So, here she is. And let me get a better image where we can see it just a tad bit clearer. So I want you to be able to take comfort in these images, all right? I want you to understand we are building a foundation. Each of these images is a brick in this foundation that I'm trying to build in you, okay? Because when something hits the fan here real soon, your beliefs are going to be tested. And you're going to be told a bunch of nonsense and that the divine realm isn't real. Well, bullshit. The divine realm is more real than the realm you're in right now. This realm is for eternity. We are just temporary. This is just like a movie that's playing, and we're real life actors on a stage in a movie. But these are the people in the audience watching us. We're like up on the movie screen, and the entire spiritual realm is watching us do all kinds of stupid shit. Pardon my French, but after being enlightened and just looking around society, and I'm sure you guys are starting to see it as well as this family, as members of this family, as the elite. Okay, so hopefully you can see this image. This real image, you guys. It's caught on a security camera. Same security camera I caught the other angels on. It's admissible as evidence in a court of law. Except the courts don't want to see this kind of stuff because it would verify that I was right and they were crazy. Oops, not me. They were crazy. Yes, this whole time, all the believers were right. They're about to get rewarded. And all these deniers are just, they're lost. They got trapped by the big deception. They're sucked into the media. The educational system really screwed everybody up. That's what screwed everybody up was the education system. You come out with this idea, oh, I need to go and pay all this money for college to get a piece of paper for a job that doesn't pay enough to pay the loan back. Sound like it's set up to fail? Anyway, so we have this beautiful image, this anointing ceremony that took place right after the Revelation 12 star alignment and the black hole Nibiru Nemesis event that happened on September 10th of 2017. That's the day my life radically changed in a way I could never have imagined. I was a recovering alcoholic that found God and used prayer and my belief to overcome alcoholism. That's how I found Jesus, was through recovery. And, at one point I just kind of said, you know what, why am I fighting him? It's not like, it's Satanism or something. It's believing in the good guy. What's wrong with that? And the moment I surrendered and just got on my knees and said, you know what, I see what you did. It's pretty valiant of you to risk your life, put your life on the line for us. So I show a little appreciation for that, and I got rewarded. Because it's real. Everything I've been telling you is real. Okay? These images are real. So this is what we're doing here. We're building a foundation for you guys to stand on, because everything else you've been shown has all been a lie. I mean, how lost and blind were you before you made it to this channel? You were probably believing this and believing this channel and that guy and all this crazy stuff until you finally see with your own eyes and hear with your own ears. Wait quietly in my presence while my thoughts form silently in the depths of your being. Do not try to rush this process, because hurry keeps your heart earthbound. I am the creator of the entire universe, yet I chose to make my humble home in your heart. It is there where you know me most intimately. It is there where I speak to you in holy whispers. Ask my spirit to quiet your mind so that you can hear my still, small voice within you. I am speaking to you continually, words of life like peace, love, and trust. So tune your heart to receive these messages of abundant blessing. Lay your request before me, and then wait in expectation. Okay? Things looking scary and ugly, but there's a happy ending to this story. It's kind of like a Star Wars movie or something where all it looks all grim at the end and all is lost, but then the hero comes to save the day. All right. And I showed you some EVP stuff from a Weather Channel, whispering in the background, Brian Knight is coming like a lion. Yeah, look out. Here I come. Already here. Already here. Let's remind y'all of how wonderful ads are.
This is my comeback.
Oh, thank you, Karen. No thanks.
His chin and beard, his hair flowing back like this, and you can make out a crown up here above his head. That crown is hovering over his head. There seems to be almost a little halo around his head, too.
All right. There you go. There is the cornerstone for your foundation right there. 2,000-year-old prophecy came true on Easter. That the significance that it happened on Easter of 2020 is just I was blown away. I risked my life to get as many pictures of this event as I could. I held my camera up until my heart almost exploded. My kids are like, "Dad, what are you doing? You're gonna pass out," and I did. But it was worth it because I got every frame I could of this event. And here's some of the best right here. This is some of the clearest shots right here. All right. And this stuff follows me around. I got UFOs following me around, demons attacking me. I got Mary and angels hanging around me because of who I am. Okay? You're seeing with your eyes here. You're hearing my voice. It almost sounds like it's too good to be true. But then again, if I created everything, including YouTube, why wouldn't I use my own platform? How about that? And how lucky you guys are to have stumbled across this little channel. Because we are a family, and you really are the elite. I call you that for a reason, because you are. There's nobody else on YouTube who's got this stuff, okay? Nobody dares show this stuff or even talk about it. And pretty soon I'll probably have a target on my back because how damning this information is. Well, guess what? I got protection too. So, whatever you try to do, you're coming up against the king, the master. I have nothing to fear at all. I am so happy. I am so overjoyed. And I have rough days where I have to literally demon attacks that manifest physically. I see coming in and out of my family members. It's just a living nightmare. And something I would never like to see happen to anybody. I'm glad it's happening to me because I guess I'm crazy enough to accept it and roll with it and learn from it and grow and teach from it as well. Okay, so I gave you a reading. You know what? We got a little time. There's no one around. Let's bust out a Q&A session. Would you guys? It doesn't have to be Q&A. We could request more information, another video. You want to see the Revelation 12 baby being born in my garage? Sure, let's just go to that. And then let's interact. What's going on with the chat? Why so quiet? You guys are scaring me. I know I'm scary, but you don't have to be scared of me. I'm a cool dude. I'm a normal person just like you. I just happen to have some I'm just blessed. Okay? And I'm thankful for it. Even though it's torture and scary, but I've learned to overcome the fear and accept it. Alright, so right about there is our Revelation 12 baby. And you know what? Let's just play this video because we need to. So this happened. All right, so here's the Mary event that happened on October 5th. Is that what it says? Yeah, October 5th of 2017. That's just right after the Revelation 12 Star event, 2 weeks after it. 2 weeks before the event, I found Nibiru and Nemesis. That's what this display here is on the floor, is a three-dimensional display that I was trying to make for scientists to explain what I captured, because he couldn't see it. He just saw a solar flare, and I'm like, no, there's a three-dimensional object in there. It's all draped with the plasma. What are you, freaking blind? So I made a three-dimensional display. And in here, this is where I was. I was praying, captured Mary. Well, what had happened was the night before, here's the same display. This event happened on October 4th. So the night before the anointing ceremony, my security camera captured this woman holding the Revelation 12 baby. So let's get right where it starts, and I'll play this video for you.
Right here, and this was actually captured the day before the other picture, but I hadn't found it for years later until I was digging around through my my old pictures and stuff, and went even further back to see if I'd missed anything, and I captured this one. And we're going to zoom into this streak right up here, this one right here. Just bear with me for a second here. Now, hopefully, you can see that we have a lady's profile here. Here's her eye, here's her forehead, her snub little nose, here's the bottom jaw, she's smiling, she's looking down, and she's holding a baby, and here's the baby's head right here, here's the face, the back of the head, here's her arm cupped around like this, and she's holding the baby. Now I'm going to run this through the filter real quick, and it's going to enhance it, but a little bit too much. See, now you can really make out her profile a lot better and see her face, and her headdress is coming over and going down back behind her. And you can still make out the baby's head right here. And maybe if I pull back a little bit, there we go. And this was captured on October 4th. So this was about 11 days after the Revelation 12 sign. All this stuff started happening to me just prior to the Revelation 12 sign and then right after it. So it said the woman was about to give birth. Well, it looks like maybe she gave birth, and here's the little baby being caught up to God. Yep, it's a lot better there. Hopefully you guys can see this a little bit better now than before. We'll undo the filter real quick just so you can get the original. Now you can see the baby's head just a little bit better. You can make out his little ear. And then we'll put the filter back in again. And there we go. There's your Revelation 12 baby being born right there in my garage, caught on my security camera. So that's it for now.
All right. So while Revelation is happening all around you guys, it's actually physically happening to me. It's happening all around you, but imagine when it's actually happening to you. It's crazy. I have all this evidence too, and yet I can't get a doctor, a psychiatrist, a family member, anybody, except my audience. How crazy is this? What is going on? The spiritual warfare is real. That's a real image captured on a security camera that's admissible as evidence in a court of law. That's your Revelation 12 baby being born in my garage because of who I am. I showed you Mary. I showed you angels. Here's a Revelation 12 baby. I showed you Jesus in the clouds over my head on Easter. I've shown you UFOs and all the entities that follow me everywhere I go. I showed you Yoda and ascended masters that follow me everywhere I go. Advanced civilizations from the past with their flying machines that follow me everywhere I go. The physical torture, spiritual torture, emotional, all three combined at once, affliction that has hit me, along with all of this stuff. I mean, I got birthmark on the side of my chest, the shape of a stab wound. It has 3 faces in it. The angel told me any mortal wound suffered in a previous life comes back on your next body as a birthmark. So if you were stabbed in a previous life, your next body, you're going to have a birthmark of a stab wound. Well, I have the stab wound right in the spot where it belongs. It's the right size. It has 3 faces in it. These faces, just like these right here, are embedded in the dots in my birthmark. I have birthmarks in the middle of my feet. Right in the middle, right where the spikes would go. My birthday is 3 days after spring. That's Easter. 1970. 70 is all over the Bible. It's really, really true. It's really happening. I am going through this brutal spiritual assault, just like last time. And you're gonna see all kinds of people say, "Oh, they're this or they're that or whatever." Have you ever noticed I haven't come out and say a certain phrase? Because I know it's not gonna be accepted. It doesn't go over well. It sounds crazy, but it's not, because we have evidence. And I'm actually here, talking, walking in the flesh, like last time. I don't know why anybody thought it'd be any different. I guess they interpret their Bibles a lot differently or whatever, but sure walked as a man in the flesh before. What made you think it'd be any different this time? Too zoomed in on that. Let's kind of zoom back on that one. Anyways, I think that's it for tonight. My phone's starting to smoke. I think it's getting hot, so time to wrap it up, I guess. Let me get back to a better image right there. What happened? Oh, I guess we would. I was trying to capture that one more time for you. So, rejoice. Rejoice. The Bible's true. It's really happening. You are going to be on the winning side. You're gonna taste victory. So, even though I'm a little down tonight and I sound a little, I don't know, under the weather, I am, but I can hang it. I can hang through this. So, just give me a few days to recuperate, and if anything important comes up, drop I'll drop a quick video or something, or even maybe another live stream tomorrow night if I get a break from the battle. But I do have to get back to that battle, so I gotta wrap this up. A couple of special prayers, a lot of pain fused with pleasure, pleasure fused with pain. Learning to enjoy an excruciatingly painful experience, like, say, riding a bike, right? Well, riding a bike's an enjoyable experience unless you're shattered, right? It can be painful. But I can still enjoy a bike ride and the pain at the same time. So that's what we're trying to achieve in you. Okay? So I think that's about it. I am exhausted, so I can't really think much more. Yeah, that's it. I gotta go. I love you all. I really do. I miss you all. I really do. And I can't wait till we're all back together again at the end of the movie and you're gonna be like, whoa, that was so cool. And a lot of people will miss out. But not you guys. So keep up the prayers, because I can hear you guys. And some of you are funny. Some of you are a little awkward with the prayers, but it's okay as long as you're praying. Okay? I know what you mean. You know, I've been through everything. I can relate. So you don't have to have fancy words or thous and these. It's a person you're talking to. Okay? How would you like to be talked to? You want me to refer to thou? How is thou day in thy store? You would look at me like I'm a nut, right? Well, just, come on. You guys are doing awesome. You see the results in the Schumann. That is the power of prayer. I'm telling you, those should have been huge blasts, and you're seeing your hard work coming true. All right, I gotta go. I'm so exhausted. I love y'all. God bless y'all. I'll be back as soon as I can. If something important comes up, I'll give you a heads up. All right? Until then, I love y'all. Bye.